In this video, we're going to extract data from tables and lists, design and use two-way tables for discrete and grouped data. If you're revising, you can pause the video and have a go at question 1, and then question 2, and finally question 3. Right, let's go through these 3 questions. The table shows the distances in miles between different places in Northern Ireland. So I'll go into example A just to show you how the table works. So how far is Ballymena from Dungannon? You would go to the Ballymena word, name, and the Dungannon name, and they have to meet each other. So to go from Ballymena to get to Dungannon, you have to go down the way. So you're looking at going down, and then to go from Dungannon, you want to go across the way. And it's where those two meet. It's where the Ballymena column meets the Dungannon row, and you can see there you get 38 as your answer. Put that in yellow. Okay, so 38 miles would be your answer. Which two towns are closest? In that case, you're looking for the, so I need to rub that out, make this easier. You're looking for the smallest number there. That would be the closest towns. So the smallest number I can see there is 13. Who is that? 13 is in the column, the first column, which is Armagh, and it's also in this row here. So where those two meet, you can see is 13. So 13 is the smallest number, and that means that Armagh and Dungannon are closest. I'm just going to put down and be lazy here for this, say A and D. Which towns are furthest apart? Have a look at the table while I rub this out. You're looking for the largest number there, which I can see is 80. So that's in this column. No, it's not 80. It's 83. So it's this column, and it's in this row. So again, look at see what overlap is. That's 83's here. That's in the Coleraine column and the Enniskillen row. So it's Coleraine and Enniskillen. And there's a part D to this question as well. So Joe travels from Coleraine to Enniskillen via Ballymena. How much less would he have travelled if he had gone direct? So let's look at going from Coleraine to Enniskillen via Ballymena. That means you go from Coleraine to Ballymena first of all. Coleraine, Ballymena, for those two to match up, it's the Coleraine row up to the Ballymena column. It's 28. And then you need to go, if you're at Ballymena now, you need to try and get to Enniskillen. So Ballymena down to Enniskillen. This is the Enniskillen row. So that's 80. So put 80 in there. So, and that is equal to 108. Now what is it if you go direct? Direct means straight from Coleraine to Enniskillen. Coleraine to Enniskillen is 83. So 108 minus 83 tells you how much less it would be if you go direct, which would be your 25 miles. Let's look at another type of table. This is a two-way table. We've got sports and classes, and we've got to complete the table. 100 ways to do this question. We're going to look at the rugby column. So there's 7 people in class 9A that play rugby. We don't know how many play rugby in 9B, but we know there's 12 in total. That means there must be 5 from 9B, because 7 plus 5 gives you the 12. We can also read this table horizontally across the way. In class 9A, we've got 7 people play rugby. We don't know how many play football, and 6 play hockey, but there must be 24 in that class. 7 plus 6 is 13, which must mean there's another 11 because 13 plus 11 would make up 24 in that class. We can then see how many people played football, because 11 plus 3 is 14. Mouse going too quick for my brain there. And yeah, again, I'm trying to choose which one. There's so many different ways you can do this. On the totals section over here, we've got 24 in 9A. We don't know how many is in 9B, but there's 40 in total. So in 9B, there must be 16, because 24 plus 16 would give you the 40. Along the bottom, if we look at the totals, you've got 12 and 14, which is 26. But altogether, if you read to the very end, you should have 40. So 26 plus 14 is going to give you the 40. And hockey then, there needs to be 14 playing hockey. We've got 6 playing hockey in 9A, which means you're going to have 8 people playing hockey in 9B. Once you've filled in the table, that makes the questions relatively straightforward. What fraction of pupils play football? Well, there's 14 pupils that play football. Out of how many? Well, we know there are 40 pupils in total. So 14 out of 40. Simplify that to 7 out of 20. What fraction of 9B play rugby? Well, now we're not looking at everyone. We're just looking at 9B. So 9B is out of 16. And how many people play rugby in 9B? That is 5. So 5 out of 16. What fraction of the hockey players are in 9B? Here we're just looking at hockey players, so just these 14 people. So out of the 14 people who play hockey, how many are in 9B? The answer is 8. And that simplifies to 4/7. Finally then, we're going to design and complete an observation sheet to record how pupils in the class did in a test, or a two-way table will do that. Suppose you need to see what are the actual things we're looking at recording. I can see names, and I can see if they pass or fail. So pass and fail is an obvious one. Put pass here, fail here. Now I suppose that'll be a total. And the other thing, we couldn't, with what tables here, we couldn't put all the names here, that wouldn't make sense, but we could compare, maybe if we're looking to compare males and females, so we could put boys and girls, or male and female, put male and female. And total. This relates to a previous part of the notes. So, how many males, the first one would be how many males passed the test. So, we've got James passed as 1, Paul passed as 2, Ben passed as 3, Dean didn't pass, Mark didn't pass, and Luke passed. So how many was that? Hopefully 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 males passed. Different ways we could be recording that there. I might even just go and say how many passes are there now. It might be easy. There's passes are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So if there's 8 people passed in total, quickly then I can see there must be 4 females who passed. How many failed? Well, maybe if I just count it's quite hard to count these individual ones. I'm going to count more of the totals. How many males are there? How many females are there? That's going to be quite quick. Let's see how many males there are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There are 7 males, which means 3 of them must have failed. How many females are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There are 5 females in total. Okay, again, you might think I've went about this in a silly way. There's lots of different ways you could do it, as long as you're understanding it. So females, if there's 5 in total and 4 passed, that means 1 must have failed. And if we've got 7 male, if we've got 7 males and 5 females, there must be 12 people in total in that recording sheet. And you can see there that's 4 by 3, which is 12. 8 passed, which means 4 must have failed. Okay, and that is a two-way table, or an observation sheet. You could put little tallies in there as well. I suppose I'll stop talking.